Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today what we're going to do is we're going to create a little Python project where we create a backup folder on the desk and basically we enter in a path and we search for files with certain extensions and we back them up and delete them. So first off, I've use the time function here, so import time, import OS, and import shutil. Now if you don't have shutil on your system already, you'll have to install it through pip. So first of all, what we're going to do is create a backup folder on the desktop. So the first one here, we create a backup folder and we create the variable here which is called path, and I assign path here to my desktop. So this is my own particular desktop path. Your desktop path won't be the same as this, it'll be different, so you're going to have to find out what your own unique desktop path is. Then I use the OS here .chdir to change directory into this path, and then I create a variable called folder and assign it to new backup. This is going to be the name of the new backup file that we got on here. Let's go in a little bit. Okay, a little bit more there. So that's going to be the new backup file there. And then what I do is I use the print command here to print getting ready to create backup folder. So that tells the user what the program is actually doing. I use the time function here, sleep, for 1 second. So this will pause the program for 1 second. It will give the impression that the program is working. And then before we actually create that, what we're going to do is we're going to check to make sure this folder doesn't already exist. So we do that by saying the conditional here, if os.path exists, new backup, print the folder already exists, or else print creating backup folder. We create the folder through os.mkdir make directory and the folder name. Okay, so what we do, we go on to the next function here. So the next function here that we run is intro. So this is intro here. So we give an introduction basically to the program to tell the user what the program is about. So we use the print command for this and we call it delete empty files coded in Python. And then what we do is we type in file path here, which is a new function that we've created under here called file path. And then we use the print command here to print a new line, and then we create a variable called path and we assign it to input, and then we enter the path that we want to check. So we want to check a path, and if os.path.exists, so if this path exists, then we basically print path exists and change directory into that path. And then it's os.change directory into that path, and then we create another function called file extensions and insert the path into there. So file extensions is down here with the path, because this function here needs to know what path we're in. Or else, if that's not the case, we use the print command here and we use the format string to insert the path into the string here. Doesn't exist, try again. And then we go down onto the file path again. Okay, so once we get into the file extensions here, basically we're going to search for files with extensions docx, .txt, etc. We're going to back them up and delete. So first of all, we've got backup path here, see user's new backup, and we've got the file extension here. This is the variable we've created and assigned it to input. So the user here will enter the file extension, so it could be .txt, .docx, .png, whatever the file is, .pdf. And basically we're going to have a look in this directory, we're going to loop through it. So we do that using the for file in os listdir path. So we're going to loop through all the files. If the file ends with file extension that we've typed in here. So it could be .txt. So if that file there ends with .txt and the os.path exists, and the file exists, so it's going to be os.path.join file to backup path. So we're going to send the file to the backup path, which is new backup. And we use the print command and format the string. The file ends in file extension, so that will give the file name there. It will interpolate the file name into that string, and it says ends with, and then the file extension that we've typed in up here. And then we'll print a message to the user backing up files. And then to back up those files, to copy those files, we'll use the shutil.copy function here. This is the module that we imported in, the shutil module. So we'll copy the file and the backup path. We'll pause it for 1 second using the time function, and then again we'll print out a message to the user using the f-string format string here, deleting original files in the path. So we'll delete the original files that were in the path, and to do that we use the os.remove file. Okay, so that will remove the files in the original path, and then we print out using the format string again, file removed, or else the file extension was not found. So let's go into here. This is source. So let's create some text documents in here, like that. Text document. Another text document there. Now let's go and run the program. So we simply click on here. Getting ready. Okay, so here's our prompt. Getting ready to create backup folder. Creating backup folder. So the backup folder should be created now. This is the intro to the program. Delete empty files coded in Python. So what's the name of that? Okay, it's called source, isn't it? And there's the new backup folder. So that's called source. So the path to it would be C : users mark desktop source. Hit enter there. Okay, so it's told us the path exists, changing directory, so we are now in that path. So I'm going to enter the file extension I want to back up and delete, so it's going to be .txt, hit enter. Okay, backing up files. Okay, there we go. So backing up files, deleting original file. So new text document 2.txt removed. Okay, new .txt ends in the txt. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go into that original path, which was source. So you see all the files have been deleted from here, and you should find them here in new backup. And there you go. Bob's your uncle and Fanny is your auntie. I hope you enjoyed that. And remember, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscription button below, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll catch you in another video. Bye-bye.